It's time for the big game in Group I. And this is a repeat of what was a fantastic way to begin the 2021 AFC Champions League East region. It's the return contest between Daegu FC of Korea Republic and Japan's Kawasaki Frontale at the Bunyodkor Stadium in the Silk Road city of Tashkent. It is top versus second in Group I, and there is a lot of daylight between the first two teams and third and fourth place. This is a two-team group now. Top guarantees you a place in the next round of the competition. Second requires you to wait and hope, but to be frank, these two teams are playing so well and have accumulated so many points and so many goals that there's a pretty decent chance that whoever does finish second will make their way into the knockout stages. But that really doesn't matter too much right now, certainly not in the minds of the Daegu FC players. They are absolutely determined to avenge the 3-2 loss from the opening match day. And why not? They led 1-0. They led 2-1. They had a penalty at 1-0 up. And they were hit back. Not just once, but twice, and then eventually lost the game 3-2. It was a thrilling contest. It was a great advertisement for the rivalry that exists between the top flight in Korea Republic and in Japan. It's a rivalry that Lee Byung-gun, the head coach of Daegu FC, has acknowledged and said actually it's something he really enjoys. And he has said that his players will be treating this one as though it were a final. It's only the penultimate game in the group. After this, the two teams will go on and face the other two sides in Group I. Daegu FC's final game will be against Beijing Goan. Actually, that's Kawasaki Frontale's final game, excuse me. Daegu's final game will be against United City FC. And there's just been a fantastic game between Beijing Goan and United City FC. Won 3-2 by the team from Philippines. A history-making moment for them, a wonderful result. And that after their 1-1 draw with Beijing Goan right at the start of Group I. But our attention stays at the Bunyodkor Stadium in Tashkent. Daegu FC against Kawasaki Frontale about to get underway. It's a lovely venue. It's a big game setting for something that has a big game feel to it, and it's wonderful to have your company wherever in the world you are joining this from, whoever you're supporting, because it's well known, isn't it, that there are a fantastic community of fans for the Korean top flight around the world and for the J-League. And I'm sure you enjoy the rivalry between these sides as much as they do. So sit back, relax and enjoy this one. Hopefully it's going to be every bit as spectacular as the first game was. Should Daegu FC win this contest, they will have the opportunity to go top of the group. The head-to-head record between the teams is the first tie-break criteria. We'll come on to all of that as and when we need to. Let's not deal too much in hypothesis. Let us focus simply on what we know for certain, and we'll untangle and unravel everything else as it happens. The AFC Champions League, the flagship club competition in continental football in this part of the world. And it's been a wonderful AFC Champions League. Necessity has brought drama. Game after game after game, goal after goal after goal. And maybe we're in for more of the same here in Tashkent. From the Korean Peninsula, Daegu FC. From across the waters, Kawasaki Frontale of Japan, the team that is top of the J-League, the team that hasn't lost a game since November of 2020. It's top against second in Group I. It's a game that Daegu FC are desperate to win, because they were so close to inflicting defeat on Frontale the first time that these sides met at the start of the East region. (3-2), and it was close, and Daegu FC had Kawasaki Frontale on the ropes for a large part of the game. All that is immaterial now, though, because it's time to do it all again, and time to finish the job if they can. But the challenge is that team. And the bad news is, if you're a Daegu FC fan, they don't lose matches. 8 of the 11 that started against Kawasaki Frontale in the opening game of the AFC Champions League group stage start today, with Ah Yong-woo, Jo Jin-woo and Lee Yong-rae the changes. Manager Lee Byung-gun has said that he feels Daegu FC's best hope is to play a counter-attacking game. Number 11, Cecilia, could be vital in making that happen. Abdul Rahman Al Jassim of Qatar, the referee. The respective captains, Kim Jin-hyuk, appointed captain this season, and Shogo Taniguchi. The only change made by Toru Oniki from the first meeting between these two sides is the switching of Kyohei Noborizato for Shintaro Kurumaya in defence. Otherwise, it's exactly the side that twice came back from a goal down to win 3-2. Goalkeeper Jung Sung-ryong saved a crucial penalty kick at 1-0 down, and number 9, Leandro Damiao, twice brought Frontale level before Zhao Schmidt's winner. On the bench for Daegu FC is veteran striker Lee Gun-ho, who this year returned to his boyhood club on loan. Frontale have a superb bench with Tatsuya Hasegawa, Keichinen and Kento Tachibana, having scored 9 goals between them. (218th game in charge for Toru Oniki. Is he going to get win number 135, or is Lee Byung-gun going to play a tactical masterstroke? We should be in store for grand entertainment here. Daegu FC taking on Kawasaki Frontale at the top of Group I. It is the Japanese side in possession. They attack the goal to your left. And when I say attack, I mean attack, because they just cannot stop scoring. 20 goals in 4 games so far in the group stage. As we look at Kaoru Mitoma, creative winger. And we look at Toru Oniki, the head coach, of Frontale. A little needless pressure there. Lee Byung-gun, the head coach of Daegu FC, would be rather surprised to have got this corner kick early on as Senior lines it up and Jo Jin-woo comes forward. So Senior with the delivery, headed away. And this time more comfortable for Jung Sung-ryong. There is a cult favourite, it's fair to say, at Daegu FC. Hugely entertaining player, Senior. Welcome to all of you joining this game, supporting either Daegu FC or Kawasaki Frontale, or just as a neutral, ready to enjoy a great spectacle in the AFC Champions League. Ollie Hogben here, and it's a great pleasure to have your company for this one. Foul by Zhao Schmidt, the player who scored the winning goal in the first game. And that's the sort of thing that happens to the 31-year-old Senior. Happens a lot. Zhao Schmidt just gets a little touch, sends it behind, had to be vigilant because Edgar was lurking. Just one away from 40 goals in total for the club that he joined in 2018. Tsubasa Nishi, Japanese player in the Daegu side. A powerful jump from Edgar, might have taken a little too much leverage for that, but play goes on. Did that come off Shogo Taniguchi? I think it did. Captain of Frontale, who's been with the club his whole career. In by Han Yong-woo. Yes, certainly was defended effectively by the 29-year-old. Really good beginning from Daegu FC. Can the Senior find a better delivery on this occasion? It's out to Hwang Sung-min. Chae Young-un. Leandro Damião, who scored both equalising goals against Daegu FC in the first fixture. Reo Hatate, 23-year-old, who covers an enormous amount of ground in every game. The Senior, somewhat miscontrolled, and that gives an opportunity here for Leandro Damião. And in the end, it goes behind for the corner kick. It was the veteran Akihiro Ienaka. Scored 7 goals so far in J1, but amazingly is yet to score a continental goal in his entire career. That was blocked by Park Byung-hyun. Yasuto Wakizawa with the corner kick for Kawasaki Frontale. And the distinctive barking of Chae Young-un in the goal. Touch was from the captain, Kim Jin-hyuk. Jang Sung-won, one of the Daegu players who's been with the club his whole career, quite a few of them in that position. Kurumaya. Just effective, intense defending from Daegu FC the whole way through that little sequence of play from Frontale. Hwang leaves it for Park Byung-hyun. Bit of a hit and hope there. Shogo Taniguchi does likewise. Neither was remotely effective. 35-year-old from Hyogo. Young-gun sends it in the direction of Edgar. Chang now with Kim Jin-hyuk, and just miscontrolled by Lee Yong-rae. He might get it back and does. It's intense pressing from Frontale, and they've got their reward. Edgar to Cecilia, nice little touch. Just so many around Cecilia straight away, and that is something that Kawasaki Frontale will be doing with great assiduity, pressing Cecilia as much as possible so he can't break through. Doesn't have time to pick up the ball and really make a decision. Hatate, Yanaga. Reo Hatate, Yanaga wants it back. That's clever play. Yanaga with a nice little cross, and then the goalkeeper has to make a connection of some description. He just about gets there ahead of Leandro Damião. Hwang. Flicked by Edgar, didn't yield any success, but there is going to be a better opportunity now. Tsubasa Nishi. And that was rather careless from Shogo Taniguchi, wasn't it? And that was rather hopeful from Daegu FC. And Yong-woo did get a couple of goals in the 7-0 win against United City. Giving chase, and I was about to say keeping it in play, but not for too long, was Kaoru Mitoma. Young man from the city of Kawasaki itself. Great footballing city that it is. Zhao Schmidt. Foul by Leandro Damião and Kim Jin-hyuk. He certainly felt it should have gone in the other direction. It was a fair old bit of grappling. Edgegar, but cut out by Schmidt. It's well flicked on by Leandro Damião. Naga with the chance to play the ball to Yasuto Wakizawa. Naga looking for Mitoma, and then a wild swing from Leandro Damião. Kurumaya. Chang. Edgegar to Sassin, moves the ball on quickly, and this is promising for Daegu FC. Edgegar, the only player in the area, comes off for Jeziel. Blowing the foul effectively was Ienaga. Going end to end, but nobody so far has found the end product. This is better. Ball back from Mitoma to Leandro Damião. He does have a flair for the spectacular. That would have been mighty impressive. Cushioned back effectively by Kaoru Mitoma. 6 goals so far in the AFC Champions League this season. Let me rephrase, 3 goals in the AFC Champions League this season, 6 goals across his entire career. Wakizawa gets it back, he's brought down. Now by Yongray. He's been a really important figure, Yasuto Wakizawa, in the Frontale team. Schmidt. Wakizawa. Doesn't tend to complete huge numbers of games, the number 8. So we look at Hwang Sun-min. Taniguchi. Shintaro Kurumaya. Taniguchi, who didn't start in the second United City FC game, the much narrower victory, did come on as a substitute. Hatate, it's a good bit of vision. Miki Yamane forward. Yamane not quite getting there. Put behind by Georgin U. Tricky for Daegu FC. Jong Tae-yuk, key centre-back, but part of the Olympic squad. So there's a certain degree of covering for his absence going on. The 26-year-old from Yokohama, Yasuto Wakizawa, preparing to send in the corner kick, but Abdul Rahman Al Jassim dissatisfied. Chezial with the header. Had scored this season in the league. Hatate. What a high quality ball that was. Yenaga. Wakizawa. Miscontrolled by the experienced wide player. Hatate. Nibbled at there was Cecilia. Now by Mitoma. He really did tread on his foot as he was coming across. A useful little flick on by Edgar, but Anne was cut out by Zhao Schmidt. Andrew Damiel. Vermeer choosing to go inside on this occasion. Zhao Schmidt, the man who came to the club after a spell at Grampus for a couple of years. Just seemed to fall out of favour a little there. Tate touching the ball on. The shot in the end, a rather harmless one from Yenaga, who was named in the league best 11 last season. 11 goals in 29 games. Both of the managers today have playing history with their clubs. Toru Oniki joined Frontale from the Antlers in 1999 after a season on loan. Played in their 2000 J1 campaign and also their 2005 J1 campaign. He spent 6 years at the club in total when Frontale was something of a yo-yo team. Seems like an entirely different world, doesn't it, from what they are now. And for Daegu FC, Lee Byung-gun played for them from 2006 to 2007 after a decade at the Blue Wings. Well, it's a very, shall we say, cagey opening to this match. Jeziel hooks it away. Player who joined on loan from Atlético Mineiro, club in Belo Horizonte in 2019, made the move permanent last year. He's looking like an important disruptor at the moment, João Schmidt, against the likes of Edgar and Cecinha. Zhang dispossessed. And the captain, we just saw there, Kim Jin-hyuk, who took over from Hong Jong-un. Cecinha out wide to Zhang. And Zhang will have a burst of pace to get this beyond Kurumaya with ease. Couldn't deliver. Hatate goes to Mitoma. Mitoma very ambitious, got himself into trouble. It was flicked by Nishi and peters out. Well, we saw a moment ago Akihiro Ienaga named in the J-League Best 11 last season. Well, Cecinha was named in the K-League Best 11, just as he had been the season before. Adjusted down by Mitoma, but couldn't do anything with it. It's a little strong from Kurumaya on his fellow countryman Tsubasa Nishi. Yongwei. Not too many opportunities so far for Cecinha to get involved. Lee Byung-gun has said with real clarity that for him it's all about the counter-attacking potential of his side. That's the way they're going to beat Frontale, if they can beat them. And he said they've taken the approach of focusing on what they can do rather than excessively worrying about their opponents. Here's Edgar. And it is hit, but wildly hit actually by Tsubasa Nishi. Wasn't a bad opportunity. Kurumaya not able to control it after Shogo Taniguchi had at least stalled Edgar. Takizawa. Edgar already has 3 goals in this season's AFC Champions League. Got a couple against Beijing Goan after scoring against United City FC. That's a good flick on, a little bit of space down the wing. Leandro Damião outside the area to Karo Mitoma. Mitoma, he's done very well, almost had that glued to his feet. Zhao Schmidt. Wasn't a bad ball at all from Zhao Schmidt. Goalkeeper came, but his defence dealt with it instead. It's the battle for top spot in the group, with Kawasaki Frontale leading the way, and so far showing no signs of conceding that ground easily to Daegu FC. Aside from Korea Republic, haven't had a lot of the ball, but they're well matched at the moment. Hong Sun-min restarts, so it's given away. Hatate. Leandro Damião trying to jump for it, but just wonder if Hatate delayed a little too long. Nishi. Good strength from Edgar. Hwang Sun-min. Georgian U. Senior escapes Jeziel. Subasanishi. Senior onto Edgar, just pings around, comes off a few legs. Really has travelled around a bit, Akihiro Ienaga. Very well known in the city of Osaka for his time with Gamba and Cerezo, but has also played for the likes of Real Mallorca. Bad chance for a strike from distance. Hatate yet to score in this season's Champions League. Has got a few goals in the J-League though. Zhang goes back to Cecilia. An Yong-u, very compact, very disciplined from Frontale, but he manages to cross, and almost finding a little gap was Edgar. Still looking for that 40th goal for the club. 34-year-old from São Carlos in São Paulo State. Won't go into the full story of all the clubs he's played for, because that'll take the rest of the half. Cecilia. Well, if you're just joining at this stage of the contest, little to report, certainly by comparison to the first game between these two teams. By this stage of things, in the first match, Daegu FC were ahead, courtesy of Hwang Soon Min's goal. It is maybe waiting to explode into life. Atate crosses, but there's no one there. It might run to Mitoma. It does run to Mitoma. There's the chance off the post. It's going to be put in, and just like that, Kawasaki Frontale have found a way through, as they so often do, and so often through him. Leandro Damião makes it Daegu FC 0, Kawasaki Frontale 1. How often this exact thing has happened. Kawasaki Frontale don't seem to be enormously dangerous, and then suddenly they will take their chance. A frustrating one for the defence. Mitoma getting probably more space than he should have been allowed. It was a difficult ball for Jang Sung-won to deal with, and he didn't manage to deal with it at all. Fourth goal in this season's Champions League for Leandro Damião. Player who signed from Santos in 2019. He's getting pretty close now, Leandro Damião, to the 200 goal mark across his career. Edge cut, comes back to control. Young Ray does well to avoid the attentions of Yasuto Wakizawa. Should it remain thus, that will be Kawasaki Frontale secure at the top of the group, unassailably so. Daegu FC need a win. Of course, they still have a good chance of being a second-place side that goes through because of their strong track record against the other teams in the group. And they finish against a United City FC team that they will expect to beat, and beat well. They beat them 7-0 in the first game. Kurumaya to Mitoma, whose shot came back off the post for Leandro Damião's rebound. Bumper of a header from Jetiel, but no direction on it. Kim Jin-hyuk, first year back at the club after his military service, as we look at the player who was deceived by the bounce of the ball, allowing that gentleman to hit the post. Leandro Damião with, well, I don't think much needs to be said really about that one. No doubt, though, that the spell that the Brazilian has had at Kawasaki Frontale has been the most consistent of his career since leaving Internacional in 2013. Cecina is looking for the run of Zhang. Signed permanently, Cecina, for the club after a year on loan. There's been a lot of talk, speculation about him wanting to become a citizen and play for the national team. He's played almost 200 games now for Daegu. Zhao Schmidt has it. Beaten the offside trap. Really was a dangerous opportunity this for the veteran Ienaga. Zhao Schmidt. Kurumaya. Was well cleared. It looks as though the Brazilian has been hurt there. He does get rather clattered over. To use the old cliche, are coming together there. Well, for Daegu FC, it's not without hope so far. They haven't really managed to engineer a great deal of meaningful chances. But they haven't exactly allowed Kawasaki Frontale free run at them either. There's Zhang. The shot was from Cecina, blocked. It falls to Hwang Sun-min, who scored the goal that gave Daegu FC the lead in the first game. It's come to Edgar, and he's done it. There we go. There we go. Indeed, hope is not lost. A counter punch from Daegu FC. They draw level, courtesy of the veteran Brazilian. It's his 4th goal in the Champions League this season. And really, that was a mess, wasn't it, defensively from Kawasaki Frontale? No wonder hands went up on heads. Taniguchi and Xiao Schmidt stumbling into each other, really. Neither player getting near the ball. That's a good old-fashioned bit of poaching from Edgar. Now that is just the thing that Daegu FC needed, and it's the reverse of the first meeting between these sides. Now it's their turn to come from behind. Potentially a rather embarrassing moment that for Shogo Taniguchi and Xiao Schmidt. Han Yong-woo, Asian Games gold medalist in 2014 in Incheon, graduate of Dunggi University in Busan. University renowned for its medical school. Oh, that's got to be a foul. Advantage played. Chang was brought down by Kurumaya, and it goes towards Edgar, but Jeziel intercepted. Better spell from Daegu, but loose from the captain. Hatate. All the way back to Jeziel. Patience here from Frontale. Just a single minute of time to be added on in the Bunyod KOR Stadium. Miki Yamane. Yanaka. Mitoma. There will be just one chance left for one of these sides, and what an idea that was from Cecilia to try to free Edgar. If there is one last chance, it will likely be for the team from Japan, if at all. And it goes to Shintaro Kurumaya, but the first half is done and dusted. This match is anything but done and dusted. Jae Young-un beaten by Leandro Damiao. And a short while after that, his fellow countryman Edgar managing to get the equalising goal, beating Jung Sung-ryong, who was rather exposed by a muddle at the back. It doesn't happen too often to Kawasaki Frontale. Daegu FC have hit back, and it's game on, very much game on in Tashkent. Now this one very much inconclusive. Neither side really has had a great deal of control in the game. It's gone back and forth, it's been quite cagey, but when clear chances have emerged, they've been taken. As a result of that, we find ourselves level at the break in this meeting in Group I. It's Daegu FC 1, Kawasaki Frontale 1. We are to resume in a matter of moments in the city of Tashkent at the Bunyodkor Stadium, hosting this meeting between Daegu FC of Korea Republic and Japan's Kawasaki Frontale. One apiece at the interval. And that because of the well-taken goal by Edgar shortly before half-time. Referee Abdul Rahman Al-Jassim in charge. Well, at the moment, his side, Kawasaki Frontale, in charge of the group. If Daegu FC are to seize top spot in the group, then they're going to need to beat Kawasaki Frontale. And because it would then come down to the head-to-head record between those teams, assuming, of course, that they manage to pick up victories in their next games, then the margin of victory by Daegu FC could be absolutely crucial. They lost by a single goal, 3-2 to Kawasaki Frontale in the opening match of the campaign. But at the moment, it's all working rather in reverse from how it did on match day one. It's funny to think of it as match day one. It was barely a couple of weeks ago, and yet here we are at match day 5. We restart in Tashkent as Kawasaki Frontale have possession. Attacking the goal to your left and an opportunity for Cecilia. Nishi goes back to Cecilia. Prodded away by Yasuto Wakizawa. story of the first half was essentially the opposite story of the first half on match day 1. There it was Frontale who grabbed an equaliser with a few minutes before half-time. It was the Brazilian number 9, just in this case Edgar, not Leandro Damião, who got the equalising goal. Leandro Damião on the score sheet anyway, having given the Japanese side the lead after Kaoru Mitoma's shot came back off the post. Schmidt. Tate managed to get a touch on that. Out wide is the experienced Akihiro Ienaga. He's done well there, Ienaga, and just plays it straight at Chae Young-un, who keeps it in play. Still has a little burst of pace every now and then. Joined the club from Omiya Ardija, where he played for 3 years. Edgar just seemed to be holding the back of his leg. Tate. Jeziel goes to Miki Yamane. Yokohama, born and bred. Miki Yamane, graduate of the Toyin University of Yokohama. Goalkeeper will deprive Cecina, indeed Jung Sung-ryong just lets it run behind. Look back at the chance for Ienaga. Did very well to get beyond Park Byung-hyun, who, to his credit, did manage to shepherd Ienaga to a reasonably acute angle. It's a nice idea to play in the Mitoma. Chae Young-un misjudges that to touch. Well, Edgar doing what Edgar does, which is finish clinically. Only 4 goals so far in K-League 1 this season. He's found the mark with great reliability so far in the Champions League. Already has matched that total. A clear call from Chae Young-un, but he doesn't really do anything other than give clear calls. He is vocal, should we say. And there's logic to it, the logic being that he's an employer or a deployer of a very high-pitched call as the goalkeeper, so that his teammates really can hear him clearly and cleanly, and it's hard to deny that it works. Cecina. Played into space for Nishi, it is. Nishi rather just runs away from Zhao Schmidt into Kurumaya. Player born in Kumamoto, 1,000 kilometres away from where Frontale are based in the city of Kawasaki. Kumamoto is in Kyushu, southernmost island. Or the southernmost of the main islands, I should say, because Japan has thousands of islands that extend, many of them extend further south than Kyushu. It's probably actually Tsubasa Nishi from closer to Daegu than he is to Kawasaki. A late challenge. Masato Wakizawa, the player down, and that's why he's down. Or it was a vigorous challenge, let's say, from Cecilia. He just didn't make any real attempt to interrupt his run. That was a powerful jump by Georginu, too powerful, and Leandro Damião. Does get a knee in the back, to be fair. Georginu convinced that Leandro Damião was rather accentuating that. Will be Wakizawa to play the ball in. Player who's appeared in every game so far, but yet to complete one. That's his third start. The referee wishes to hold conference between Lee Yong-rae and Leandro Damião. There's having a chat, and there's just bellowing no more repeatedly. Seems to have worked. Wakizawa's delivery is a dangerous one. It's well dealt with. Coming back to help his team defensively by Edgar. Yamane. Atate. Mitoma. Oh, that's good play. That's really good play. Yenaga, Wakizawa off the bar. Is it going to be finished by Leandro Damião? No, and Wakizawa couldn't get there the second time. Foul anyway on Park Byung-hyun. Yasuto Wakizawa nearly had his 5th AFC Champions League goal and his 3rd of this campaign. Yenaga with an excellent ball. Wakizawa took it in his stride, just a little too much height on the shot. It's a good take though from the number 8. Oh, the look on his face. Daegu FC escape unscathed for now. Second time the frame of the goal has been struck, but this time no rebound. Suramaya safely plays it away. Well, rather allowed Leandro Damião the chance to get that ball. It escaped Lee Yong-rae's attentions. Nishi. Clear foul by Mitoma on Tsubasa Nishi. Park Byung-hyun. The senior dispossessed by Zhao Schmidt, and that's definitely a shove by Park Byung-hyun. And changes to be made. Very experienced player coming on. Hwang Sun-min replaced by Lee Gun-ho. Well, the decision made by Lee Byung-gun to bring on the man who's just recently returned on loan. It goes over the top towards him and he nearly manages to control it too. 36-year-old back at the club he left in 2008. He's played for 9 clubs in between. Most recently a couple of years at Ulsan. But he's played a lot in Japan as well. An excellent touch by Inaga. That's got to be a yellow card. Absolutely cynical from Park Byung-hyun. No doubt that was what many would deem to be a sacrificial booking. Whenever he gets up, he's still going to get a yellow card. And he does appear to be in a fair bit of discomfort as well. The yellow card really the least of his concerns. Let's have a look back at the foul. Lunges across and pulls Ienaga, and then pulls up after having done it. Irritated look on the face of the 35-year-old. But has it come at a cost to Park Byung-hyun's continued involvement in the match? Maybe that he plays no further part. It's always an alarming thing when you see a player clutching the back of the leg like that. And again, it is important to restate at a time like this just how many games there have been. And he's played in all of them. Little time between the fixtures. So Daegu FC reduced by a player temporarily. Yamane. Jeziel. Flicks on by Wakizawa, but harmlessly, Senior. And likewise, no real danger there of finding Lee Gun-ho. Another change. Hong Jong-un coming on for Park Byung-hyun. So the yellow card for Park Byung-hyun, the last involvement he has in the game. Replacing him, 26-year-old who's made almost 100 appearances in the league for Daegu. Been with the club his entire career. As so many of the Daegu FC players have been, and that is something they most certainly have in common with a lot of the Kawasaki Frontale players, that idea of building a nucleus of reliable, experienced players who have a passion for the club and who know how to play together, how to work as a team. Just enough for a touch from An to stop any danger down the right flank. Zhao Schmidt. Touched on by Hatate. Opportunity to cross it. Actually, yeah, Naga with the attempt to find a teammate. Hatate back to Yenaga. Easy one for An Yong-woo. Burst of pace and just too heavy a touch from the veteran Gun Ho, but he is looking dangerous. He's looking like an effective target. It's changed the dynamic of the game a little bit, having him on. Half cut out, but not really with any great authority. Mitoma, great opportunity, great save. Wakizawa denied by Che, who then bellows to his teammates to be more alert. But he was alert, denying Yasuto Wakizawa, who's had two very good chances now. Oh, Leandro Damião! Can you believe it? Che Young-un thumps the ground in fury, and he's right to be furious, because it's gift-wrapped for Leandro Damião. It's Daegu FC 1, Kawasaki Frontale 2. After all the hard work from the goalkeeper, he is given no assistance. It is the substitute, Lee Gun-ho, and to use an absolute footballing cliche, put on a plate. Sometimes the cliches speak a great deal of truth. Put on the plate it was, and he ate it up. Easy for Leandro Damião, gets his second of the game, just as he did in the first meeting between these sides. A brace from the Brazilian. You have to feel for Che Young-un, who just moments before that made an excellent save when Yasuto Wakizawa was one-on-one with him. There's nothing he could do against Leandro Damião's strike. Yellow card to Zhao Schmidt, who says to Abdul Rahman Al Jassim, yep, that's about right. Lots of positivity from Daegu FC in the build-up to that goal. How will they respond? Is there any magic to come from Cecilia? First, he turns his attention to this delivery. It's a seniors ball. Oh, well defended, really well defended by Frontale. If it finishes as it is now on the scoreboard, then Kawasaki Frontale will move to 15 points. And they will not be able to be caught at the top of Group I. Advantage played. It's going to ask a lot of Leandro Damião. He's having a very good day, doing what he does best, which is seize opportunities. Yamane has to make a decision and just opts for safety. He's done well, Tsubasa Nishi, actually bringing that down. Ambitious ball looking for Lee Gun-ho. He will be desperate to make amends, one expects. Yenaga, he's had a good game. Hatate, oh, it's a great ball from Hatate. Looking at the back post for Kaoru Mitoma. Gentleman who will be turning his attention to very big things in his homeland soon, the games of the 32nd Olympiad. Part of the Japanese national squad. Yenaga needs a little help, needs some options. And the help was not forthcoming. Jo Jin-woo making the challenge. Player who has spent some time in Japan. The number 66 for Daegu. Played for Matsumoto Yamaka. Didn't really feature for them though. Substitute Hong Jong-un, the result of Leandro Damião's complaint, or the reason for Leandro Damião's complaint, I should say. And he's had a lot to complain about, Chae Young-un, after that last goal. Nobody seemed to want to come across and take the corner kick. It is, as one would expect, Wakizawa. Just around 20 minutes to go. Can he do anything to help his team get back in the game? Wakizawa. Jumping was Edgar. Defensive change, a couple of changes actually. So first of all, Ryota Oshima coming on, Kazuya Yamamura also coming on, Zhao Schmidt and Wakizawa departing. So Kazuya Yamamura will provide a degree of backbone. Ryota Oshima slot into the midfield. Kazuya Yamamura immediately involved. Excellent ball. Maybe just a little too much for Hatate. Yongray. Nishi. Lee Gun-ho plays it back. Jo. And Young-woo, better spell this from Daegu FC. Once again, Lee Gun-ho. He's twice won the Champions League with Ulsan Hyundai, including the most recent competition. Cecilia. Have another opportunity with Lee Yong-rae, and here's a crossing opportunity perhaps for Lee Gun-ho. Go back to Lee Yong-rae. Cheziel with the touch, it comes out to Hong. The senior shot blocked. Leandro Damião holding it up well. Waiting for his option and then using the option in Kaoru Mitoma. Oh, it's well played, Mitoma! Good stop by Che. It's a lot of hard work from the 24-year-old. Did score twice against United City FC. And Che did the right thing, kept his body very wide to stop that. That will be the substitute, Ryota Oshima, to take the set piece. Player who's played over 250 games for the club, would have played more had he not had bad calf trouble, which is an ongoing problem for him. Oshima's ball, an easy one for Cecilia to clear. He'll get it back and try to run with it. Cheziel not interested in entertaining a Cecilia run. It's been a frustrating day for him. This is a good opportunity if, well, no, wasn't kept in. Thought that Leo Hatate might be able to make more of that. Did it take a touch on the way through? It must have done. He got a call there actually from one of his teammates. Flag is up. Don't think the ball was appropriately positioned. So Hatate will have to do it again. Leandro Damião on a hat-trick. Captain Shogo Taniguchi has come forward as well. Cheziel in an advanced position. Nishi. Leandro Damião. Mamura. It's a nice flick up to Leandro Damião. What excellent play if he can control this. In the end, the little layoff did not yield a strong finish from the young man. It was an excellent spot to find Leandro Damião in the first instance. What a super ball. Kim Jin-hyuk maybe just did enough by way of shepherding Leandro Damião. Tate slips but still keeps possession. He's done well too. Still going, but Jo Jin-woo gets across to make the challenge eventually. Lee Jin-yeon and Jong Chi-in to come on. Jang Sung-won giving way. And Lee Yong-rae likewise. So coming on, two young players, the 20-year-old Lee Jin-young and the 23-year-old Jong Chi-in. Jong Chi-in could provide a useful fresh-legged option. Daegu FC are to catch Kawasaki Frontale out. Played short, Ienaga. Hatate. Ienaga onto Hatate, linking up effectively and just about cleared by Edgeguard, but not with great authority. Yamamura over the top. As the substitute, the 31-year-old Kazuya Yamamura scored his first AFC Champions League goal with his head against Beijing Goan. Yamane. Kim Jin-hyuk. He scored in every game so far of the Champions League campaign. It's a senior, but he's running out of time to extend that. As I said earlier, certainly for Daegu FC, second place in the group is by no means hugely problematic. They're looking well positioned in terms of the standings of other second place sides, but this is about a little more than that for them. There is a definite sense of wanting to strike back after they conceded to Zhao Schmidt in the second half of the first meeting between these teams, to trail 3-2 and just couldn't get back into the game. Nishi from the city of Kumamoto that I mentioned earlier. Very historic city with a famous castle. Great association to the Tokugawa shogunate and the likes of Musashi Miyamoto. A city associated with the feudal era, the era of the samurai. Leandro Damião had so much more of the ball. Kawasaki Frontale. First season at the club for An Yong-woo, having spent 4 years at a club in Japan, Sagan Tosu. Looking for Edgeguard, and he has somehow managed to keep hold of that ball just about. Shogo Taniguchi nearly got into quite a bit of trouble. That's a promising moment for Daegu FC. They can catch Kawasaki Frontale on the break. Keeping possession with great effectiveness. The Japanese side, this is superb play, just didn't have a quality ball that was cut out by Hong. Looking for the substitute, Jong Chi-in. The senior, what a nice ball, and it's not finished by Jong Chi-in, who could not quite get a clean strike, and in the end it just rather rolled into the arms of Jung Sung-ryong. What a magical ball from Senior. Oh, the look on the face of Jong Chi-in, the look on the face of an agonised man. Only scored 1 goal in the league for the club. Oh, well cut out. Captain doing his job. Palpable chances for Daegu FC. They're not out of the game. Jong Chi-in has a little space. Has Edgar out wide. Misplaces it really. Senior's going to get it back though. He's done brilliantly, Senior. Edgar and arrives. Edgar goes to the edge of the area. And it's gone against the attacking side. Jeziel goes back to Jung Sung-ryong, who would have been mighty relieved that Jong Chi-in didn't manage to do anything meaningful with that lovely pass from Senior. And Young-woo cut out by Jeziel. Played out safely by Miki Yamane, who does make good decisions defensively, doesn't tend to leave a second opportunity. Senior. Not much of a touch, and almost right into the path of Lee Gun-ho. What a bit of defending from Shogo Taniguchi. An anxious finish to the game. Kim Jin-hyuk, oh, that's a great touch from Taniguchi. Marvellous defending. Che thumps it. Edgar touches it on, but not into the path of Jong Chi-in. Kim Jin-hyuk can be very dangerous in an attacking position. Perfectly comfortable playing in a forward role. Has got 5 goals in the league this season. And this consolidatory move. Departure of Reo Hatate for the impressive Kento Tachibana. A player who is making his 4th appearance in the AFC Champions League and already has 4 goals. And actually, more than a consolidatory move, there's always a danger with a player like Tachibana that he will actually finish from a loose ball, because he has got a really good instinct, it seems, in front of goal. As the foul is committed by Lee Jin-yong, 20-year-old in his first season in the first team. It's a much expanded AFC Champions League this season. It's led to many more fixtures, and as a result it's more tricky to get through to the knockout stage of the competition. Danger. Kawasaki Frontale pulled back and fired in. It's a hat-trick for Leandro Damiel. He's got one better than the first time these teams met, and he's surely made it safe. A dejected Chae Young-un beaten again. It's Daegu FC 1, Kawasaki Frontale 3. And it's a very good finish. A most useful pullback from Kaoru Mitoma. And perhaps Chae Young-un feels a sense of disappointment that he didn't manage to get a clean palm to send that ball over the top. But it was hit with power by the 31-year-old. He has doubled his tally for the Champions League this season in one game. And he has once again been the nemesis of Daegu FC. Well, the manager, Toru Oniki, was asked for his thoughts on the game, the approach that he was going to take, and he said something just very simple. He said, well, we realised that if we score 3 goals, we win the game. That's just how it seems to work. So that's our aim, is to score 3 times. Well, they listen to the boss. And they make it seem so simple. Frontale, as Leandro Damiel thinks, why on earth not? I mean, the data is comprehensive. Very seldom the teams that score 3 goals lose football matches. It's just that Kawasaki Frontale are really good at scoring 3 goals. 51 goals in the 21 league games they've played this season. And now up to 23 in 5 matches in the AFC Champions League. And a winning run that is just going on and on and on. And it all looks set now to be the 135th win of Toru Oniki's spell in charge of Kawasaki Frontale, as An Yong-woo moved to Cecilia and to Nishi and back to number 14 himself. Edgeguard chests it down. That's going to be struck on the volley by Lee Gun-ho, but easy for Jung. I have to say a word on these 2 players. They've got one thing in common, Lee Gun-ho and Jung Sung-ryong. They've done fabulous charitable work of late. Lee Gun-ho has given financial support to local health services in the aftermath of the pandemic. The Kawasaki Frontale goalkeeper Jung Sung-ryong has done the same. He donated a large amount of money to support children in vulnerable and low-income groups. Edgeguard to the substitute, who just can't cleanly strike, Lee Gun-ho, into 3 minutes of additional time. But he's a superb ambassador for the game. He's done a lot of charitable work before this year as well. He gave money to the community in the wake of wildfires in Gangwon province as well back in 2019. last change to eat away some time as the impressive Kaoru Mitoma departs to be replaced by Kei Chinen. Attacker coming on. Really, one suspects just to keep the ball held up now. But a good performance from Mitoma, whose shot that came back off the post was the reason for Leandro Damião's goal. Or the opening goal, I should say. He has got 3 of them after all. A frustrating day for Daegu. They will, one suspects, be continuing in the AFC Champions League this season by virtue of their impressive record. They may well secure one of those 3 places for the 5 teams in second position. 3 advance to the knockout stages, and things look good for Daegu, but they may well feel just a sense of bitterness, a bit of acidity at how this one has gone. But you know what? Lots of people lose to Kawasaki Frontale. Kawasaki Frontale have one big thing that they're missing, which is great success in the AFC Champions League. They never made it beyond the last 8. And they are real contenders, surely, this season. A delighted Leandro Damião, scorer of a hat-trick. The key difference between these 2 teams. Clinical, impressive finishing. At full time, it finishes Daegu FC 1, Kawasaki Frontale 3. Frontale top the group, and they have secured safe passage to the knockout stage of the 2021 AFC Champions League. Daegu FC are looking good. They're looking as though they will make it through as well. Both teams have one more fixture to play. But there's no doubt who is the dominant side in the East region. It is Japan's Kawasaki Frontale. It's been a great pleasure having your company for this meeting between Daegu FC from Korea Republic and Kawasaki Frontale from Japan. I've been Ollie Hogben, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Yok mu?